Okay, so the start of another Dynodaze video, and as you can hear, some wheels are already coming off it. This is getting undersealed today by this young man.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Not bad, yeah.
So are you Richard's replacement?
No, definitely not.
Really?
Definitely not.
Oh. Okay, well you're better looking than Rich.
Well, that's the last.
Oh, I already miss Rich. Anyway, let's crack on with this video. Okay, so this is Captain America's car, and basically he's saying it's a bit rough, and I think I'm kind of agree with him really. It's a little bit tasty. This I believe is a second-hand rear beam that he's fitted, as he's already bust one once, and that's not even looking that good. Now some of the body underneath is actually okay, so there's big areas that are going to be fine. And then there's other bits that are going to need a little bit of something. So we might be using a bit of etch primer, a bit of rust treatment first. So there's like a specialist stuff that neutralises the rust. I think that's what it's called. What? Oh, okay, here it is. So this is what we're... rust converter is what we're going to be using on some of it. Now, I've not used this before. We use a different brand normally, but we're going to give this a go. So it's tried and trusted since 1939, if you believe the world is that old. And then he's got a brush for some areas, but I think he needs to be attaching something to a gun. So we'll have a look at that in a bit. What exhaust system you got on, Steve? Teguer 70mm exhaust system, good lad.
From ourselves.
Yeah, from us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know I've got no memory. So, yeah, so it looks like we're going to be able to... All the under guards are already removed. Because that's what traps the moisture. But yeah, okay, so we'll get cracking and we shall see how we get on. Are you excited for it?
Not really, no, because I'm seeing how bad it really is.
Yeah, because now you're actually seeing how bad it is, aren't you?
Yeah, I knew it was bad, but I didn't quite believe it was that bad.
It's a Honda, mate. Oh, you done broke it? Yeah. Oh dear. So now you've had a bit of a look at it, Steve, or should I say Captain America, what is your areas of concern?
All of it.
All of it?
Well, everything from about here back.
Yeah, okay, well they do suffer. They do suffer. I noticed that you probably want a couple of shocks. Now, I wanted to point out that Dynodaze does in fact sell suspension for the Fn2. And there's various options, from yellow speed coilovers to BC coilovers to Gecko coilovers, or in fact if you just wanted the original shocks and a set of lowering springs, we do a few different lowering springs options, and the favourite one at the moment, or the best seller, seems to be eye-back lowering springs, which we always have in stock. In fact, I could probably just see a set just there in the storeroom. Shall we see if we can get him to fit some? We'll see. Should we give him the hard sell? Do you want the hard sell on a set of eye-back lowering springs?
It's got eye-back lowering springs on it.
Oh, did they used to be eye-back lowering springs, did they?
So they used to be. Actually, the eye-back lowering springs off Lee and Sarah's.
Oh, right, okay. Our friends Lee and Sarah are taking their Fn2 to the Nürburgring very, very soon, and they've just been up to On a Mission, so shout out to On a Mission, and bought themselves a roll cage and a nice, lovely bucket seat. So yeah. Shout out to On a Mission.
And I've got my eye on that car to buy it when it comes back.
What, to take the parts off it?
Yeah, all of the parts. They've got VC coilovers, they're going to have a roll cage, they've got loads of braces.
Oh, okay, I can see what you're doing. I think there'll be
they've got a better exhaust manifold.
I wonder if there'll be a bidding war on that.
Maybe.
Saying that.
Maybe, I think Rich will win though.
On your left, Captain.
Yeah.
What did I hear?
I've got a hole.
You've got a hole?
I've got a hole.
Well, we've all got a hole, mate, but do you mean on your car?
Yeah.
Let's have a browse then.
A hole there. What's that side skirts are?
Oh dear, that is a bit of a hole, isn't it, Stephen?
Not that one.
Not that big hole.
Not that one. I'm just taking a grommet out. There's a little one in here somewhere. There.
Get your finger. Oh, oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. No, he's getting upset.
No, I don't like it.
He doesn't like it.
It's kill most of it.
Okay, so Captain is starting to.
Well, I put some on the other day on the drop.
Yeah.
On this side here, and it seems to have turned it all black, which can only be a good thing.
Yeah, that means it's done its job.
Hopefully, I just need to keep going all the way around.
So you're applying this with a brush.
Bit of both, bit of spray, bit of brush.
So spray and then brush it.
Yeah, I'm spraying in holes and then just making sure I get a good coat on everything else with the brush. And we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Hopefully.
How much was this product?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it's about 30 quid for a litre.
30 quid?
Yeah. But Richard's labour rate's a lot more than that when he's welding holes up.
I suppose there is that, my friend.
Because Richard doesn't like welding.
No, he doesn't like welding. Although he's
after his camper van.
Yeah, I know. He was very sweaty and sweary. Although he is very good at it.
He is very good at it.
But he doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it. Because it's always 30 degrees when he's doing it.
Yeah.
It's never...
Now, should we be getting that stuff on the actual paintwork, Steve?
Probably not.
So shall I get...
I'm going to start and I'm going to go and get a bit of rag and I'm going to...
Yeah, Jensen, grab a bit of rag for our Steve.
Is that alright? Not that the paintwork's really too much to worry about on this car. That's been another job for you boys today.
Well, that'll be Uncle Keith, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Uncle Keith will...
Hopefully, eventually, when we get there. But, yeah.
Look at him.
Look at who?
Him.
Who's him? Oh, yeah. He's come all the way from Catrim.
He's helping you out.
He's not. It's costing me power. He's more weight, and he's probably the motherfucker that keeps making spider webs in the car.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't like the smell of that. No. I don't like the smell of that spray.
I don't like that.
There's no point eating cake, mate. You're supposed to be out there working on your car.
Eating cake does two things, though.
What's
Makes
that?
me happy, and it's going to upset Rich because I'm going to leave cake crumbs all over his desk.
Oh, he's going to love that. Why are you in here, Steve?
I'm in here. I'm waiting for the kettle to boil.
The kettle to boil, to make a cup of tea for me?
So I can put the wax oil tin in some boiling water to...
Oh, in a bucket of boiling water?
In a bucket of boiling water to make it a bit more runny to get through the chassis rails.
Ah, right, okay.
Because it is a wax-based.
Yeah, so it's pretty thick.
Pretty thick.
Nice. Good consistency. We
Okay.
like that. Can I have a bit of that cake?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're still waiting for stuff to dry before you start...
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the rust converter to work.
The rust converter. Steve?
What? Yeah, that appears to be the pile of rusty bits that have come off the car.
There's quite a bit there, bro.
Yeah, I think the majority of that's probably...
I think you probably want this grommet.
Hey?
I think you probably want this grommet.
Yeah, I was that's what's not in it.
But this looks like a vampire died in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I don't know if I want to put it back in or not in a minute.
You're not putting this back in, mate. That's about 2 inches deep.
No, let's put it in the bag and put it in the boot.
Yeah, put it in the bag. To be fair, you are taking it home with it. You're not leaving it there.
Oh, no, I'm going to put it in the bin.
Oh, yeah. It's like Calmar lotion.
I just don't,
It's like your lad's got chicken pox.
Again.
Has he had chicken pox?
No, not yet.
It's not nice for them.
No, his 11-year-old sister had it the other week though. That was interesting.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So you wait for this to dry so that it does something.
Well, it looks like it's doing quite a bit because, like here where it's brushed on, all what was rust has started to go white. So yeah, it's getting there. Yeah.
What are we going to do with this rear beam, Steve?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to toast it in wax oil, and then I'm going to continue saving.
I don't remember being able to see through my rear beam.
I think there was meant to be a hole there. That's
look.
That's an awfully neat. Yeah, it's not good.
It started like my one did.
Yeah, so I'm going to
Those of you who follow the channel know that I've recently had my rear beam, so now I've got rear beam ego.
Yeah, so I'm going to toast it in wax oil, and
hope for the best.
Hopefully it'll last a few months so I can get some money together and get a new one.
Good
Probably off
stuff.
yourself.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That sounds good, mate.
Yeah.
Right, we'll check back in a bit when this has had some chance to dry. Well, it's pretty cloudy in here. So that means Steve's been spraying away. And he's got everything he could possibly get covered in it. That's looking lovely, Steve. Are you happy?
I'm happier that it's not going to get any worse.
No, it's certainly going to serve a purpose, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll clean the exhaust off in a minute. And then me and you are going to sit down and talk about some coilovers.
Oh.
And the rear beam.
Yeah, rear beam. Now, when I looked for a rear beam, I only really had Honda as an option.
I think there's some floating around on eBay, isn't there? But I'm
But
not sure.
they're not for the Fn2, because the Fn2 is reinforced.
Yep.
So I'm really not sure on that one, brother.
So what did you put on yours?
I'll put an Fn2 one on mine.
What, brand new one?
No, reconditioned. Off lovely Mark, Fn2 Mark, who's now DC5 Racing or something.
Oh, okay.
On YouTube. He gifted it me, so I'm very lucky and very fortunate.
Well, it looks like I might be looking for a better second-hand one and doing the same myself then. Oh. There's more or less there.
You sprayed it in one hole, it's coming out the other.
That's good. Means it's inside the chassis leg.
Listen, Steve's just been on a bit of a rant. Now let me explain why. So, he says he's not happy with this rear quarter, and I asked why, and he said...
Let me take it up so you can see it properly.
You're going to take it up?
I'm going to take it up.
We're going to do this.
We're going to do it. Black peel in the corner.
Okay.
Where it's been painted.
Yeah.
And down here, whoever painted it decided they were going to mask the TypeR sticker up and paint over it. So when I remove the stickers, as you can see, it's darker where the lacquer's thicker where it's been painted, so it wants repainting. There's also a horrible line there, which is actually in the paint, not in the lacquer, because I've flatted the lacquer and that's lovely and smooth. So that's a horrible line in the paint.
Okay. So you could just paint this area here, but then you just...
No. It's silver.
Yeah.
To blend. So you'll be blending into this door.
Okay.
But also, at some point, the front end's been painted. And if you have a look, again, the wing's been flatted and painted, and you can see there's loads of bits in the paint, the silver paint under the lacquer.
Okay. So that's a side then, ain't it?
Yeah, but you also then have to paint into the bonnet.
Yeah.
Because you need to match the bonnet with the wing.
Yeah.
But the other wing's the same this side, so then you're painting the whole bonnet and this wing, and then blending into this door. At that point, it only leaves you... There's a few marks on the back end of the door, so you might as well do them while you're painting the door, which means you're then blending halfway into this quarter, which leaves you a tailgate and a bumper corner.
So there's a tailgate and a bumper corner that doesn't need paint, is what you're saying?
I mean, the bumper could do with a touch-up, but I would like to put a GP kit on it as well.
Well, I don't know whether you're aware of this, Steve.
I'm very aware of this because I have a sticker on the back of the car.
Yeah, we should have probably not allowed you to put this sticker on at this point. About there. Right, so as Captain America has been our guest... What are you laughing at? Has been our guest host today, we're going to talk through exactly what we've done.
I'm not sure I like that idea as a guest host.
You are a guest
More just a guest. You're like the host and I'm just a guest.
Okay, yeah, give you that. Right, so, what have you done, Steve?
Made myself feel very sick.
Why have you made yourself feel sick, Steve?
With the amount of rot on the back of my car.
Well, come on, man. It's a 15-year-old Fn2 Honda Civic.
I know.
What were you expecting?
It not to be that bad.
But it is, isn't it?
I found a hole. Didn't want to find a hole.
You found a hole and you put your finger in it.
Yeah, and then you
And then
video me, put a finger in it.
Yeah, there's a sizable hole there, a hole. But what you've really done here is a bit of preventative maintenance, haven't you? Because you know you want a rear beam.
Yeah.
And you know...
You need rear shocks.
You need rear shocks. So we're going to try and sell him some BC coilovers.
You're going to try?
I'm going to try. I'm going to upsell.
Upsell?
Yeah. So really it does want a lot of attention.
It does need some work.
At the back, and we did touch about your rant about your paintwork.
Yeah.
So that could end up at Uncle Keith's, but I appreciate that.
I will do eventually.
That's eventually, but right now we are talking about trying to source a rear beam.
Yeah.
And possibly some suspension. Is that what's happening next? You think?
Probably yes.
It
will be.
How upset has today made you?
Quite upset. Don't like finding rusty holes.
Rusty sheriff's holes.
No, but it's an old Civic, isn't it?
It is an old
It's
Civic.
going to be rusty.
You love it, don't you?
I do love it. I keep thinking about selling it, and then
you're never going to sell it.
I drive it and go, I don't want to get rid of it.
No, you're never going to sell it. I love mine.
The problem I have is I don't know what I'd replace it with.
Well, you had looked at a few FK2s, had you not?
I had, but it's a 10-15 grand change for what is essentially the same car.
Yeah,
I get that the FK2's faster, it's got newer bits on its 4 doors and everything else.
You could supercharge this for less than that.
Could supercharge this for less than that and have more power.
We've got supercharger kits in stock.
Yeah, in stock?
TTS ones.
Oh. But yeah, I don't know. I toyed with a Hyundai i30N. Yeah, but this is bought and paid for.
Mate, it's Honda.
I love it.
In Honda we trust.
Yeah.
Even though they rust. That could go on a t-shirt.
Yeah, could do.
Yeah.
And it keeps Rich in work, doesn't it?
That's right.
That's the most important thing.
It is the most important thing to keep our Richard Ellis able to go on holidays like this one this
in his
week.
Caravan, and we all know what that means.
What does that mean?
Well, caravan holidays. It's like wife shopping, isn't it? Keys in a bowl.
Oh, is it?
Well, that's what I'm led to believe.
Get myself a caravan. As long as you're coming. Oh no, I don't get you, do I?
No.
No. Not interested in that.
We have to swap.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to swap.
Oh, okay.
Right, anyway, that was far too gay. I'm probably not going to edit that
pushing
out.
the boundaries.
Yeah, not pushing the boundaries. It's 2022, we can be whatever we want to be, Steve. Right, so thanks for watching to the end of the video, guys. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. He's been very disappointed with himself and his car. So in the comments below, code word Captain America, and we'll see you all very soon.
See you later.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.